Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of Vinyl Stallions!
In moments like this, some people wait a lifetime to be a stallion, and they all upon your... I'm gonna stop right there. That could have gotten nasty. All right, clap.
Here we are.
We're not in the double digits anymore. We've officially reached
Triple digits.
let's freaking go.
And here we are. I'm rocking the Buzz Baldwin shirt.
And I'm rocking the NBA champions Denver Nuggets.
And we're also rocking a vinyl from the very first episode that we ever did. Back in Black. We weren't even using a camera back then. It was audio only, which, yeah, I think the first...
It wasn't just audio only, Club. It was on cell phones.
Yeah. Yep.
A couple of them were driving. If you go listen to Dark Side of the Moon, Club is a dedicated stallion driving back and just talking Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
But here we are, episode 100. We appreciate everyone that has supported us so far. We did not expect anything out of this. Again, it was just a bunch of dinguses loving music and wanting to just talk and record it, so we never have to talk about them again. And if any of us have questions about opinions, you can go back and listen. And then we developed a platform to be able to have people on. And then Hell Club, we've even put on a charity event that hosted 400 people plus, and also brought in $5,000 to the Greater Cleveland Hunger Network.
Indeed.
In under 2 years all around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here we are. Yeah, we started in February 2022. It is now July 2023. My math tells me that's a year, 5 months in.
Absolutely. And we have a lot planned. We've had some great guests already, obviously, but there's a lot coming on Vinyl Stallions. But we'll save that for the future, because right now we're about to dive into our top 5 moments of just Vinyl Stallions in general. And we haven't talked about it. I more so think we're just going to wing this because there are so many memories and so many.
Yeah, it's hard to pick.
It's hard to pick a top 5 for each of us. Anyone we leave off this list, we are sorry in advance, but you're already a part of the Stallions family, so no hard feelings all around.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. I'll add on to that. There really haven't been any bad experiences with Vinyl Stallions. Like, I haven't really came back from like an interview with any guests that we've had on and been like, yeah, I didn't really like that person. Like, I can't think of a single one, actually, because everyone we have on is fucking sick.
That's fucking right. So yeah, Club and I haven't discussed this per usual as we compare lists back and forth. So you're going to see our initial reactions as well. But Club, if you have one to start us off, bring it home.
All right. So for number 5, I am going to go with the recording and release of our live album review of Unlimited Love by Red Hot Chili Peppers for a multitude of reasons. Number 1, it's our most popular YouTube video based on the number of views. So that was like kind of cool. It was our first YouTube video to hit 1,000 views. So that was like, 1,000 views isn't a ton, but it's also not like a little either. And just like the whole process of that, like that, the live album reviews are so fun because neither of us have listened to the album and we're just like diving into it, just like raw listening, raw reactions. And like that specific album too, like Red Hot Chili Peppers first and, over half a decade. First one with Frusciante on it since Stadium Arcadium, so like over a decade without him. And yeah, just diving into it. And I feel like we did that and had like a run of Red Hot Chili Peppers album review and built like a little Red Hot Chili Peppers community in our YouTube comments.
Absolutely. No, and that was episode 20. And it's a cementing moment. It's fun with album, and especially that one to just put you back in the place and time. And I'll never forget listening to that thing for the first couple weeks as well.
Superstars don't do the dishes.
So my first one that I'll put on my top 5 list is going to be episode number 24 with Rex Larkman, drummer of Tropidelic. And that was so early on. That was back in April of 2022. We started in February. So cool to be able to talk to someone, number one, of that standard musician, be so early on with it. And after the whole episode, Rex reached out and he hooked us up with some tickets to see them play at Sunny Days Festival and Nelson's Ledges. And I think that was the first time I've ever been on a VIP list and given some free tickets. And it was, I don't know, a really cool experience. And again, the first time I've seen Tropidelic live. You guys can go listen to our review of that.
Yeah, and Rex just fucking destroyed that show. Like, he is so good at the drums.
Yeah, episode 45 is our review of that show. But yeah, a very, very cool experience. Something in the first 4 months I would not have expected to happen with this podcast. But VIP, baby, VIP.
Indeed. All right, so number 4 for me, I am going to go with Matt Moody. So not only his was like the first episode where I think we had both guest and you and I in the same room, but not only that, he played 2 songs live, like in the middle of the episode, and like let us pick the songs too, because like he had just released an album and like I had listened to it a few times before we recorded the episode. Spruce did too. And he was just like, kind of like, yeah, what do you guys want me to play? And so we're just like telling him like our favorite songs on the album. Like, I know Party in the Valley was one of them. I can't remember what the other one he played was, but either way, it was super cool just to like actually have somebody just perform live on the show.
Yeah, that was
and
cool.
Well, like, yeah, that dude's voice will do a lot of things to a lot of people.
And that's episode 61 with Matt Moody. For some reason, one of the only episodes that we haven't changed over to our new photo yet, that Dr. Stirp right back here created for us.
Interesting.
We'll take care of that, Matt. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one for me is going to be a gentleman by the name of Danny No.
Damn.
From Big Eleanor Records, episode number 25.
Was definitely thinking about that one too. Don't think I forgot about you, Danny.
Oh, and we won't. Let's just say Danny's about to come up on an episode pretty soon here. But that one just really hits home for me. One, because again, this was filmed and recorded back in April of 2022. A couple months into it, Danny actually reached out to us.
Okay, that's what I was just about to say. Danny was the first person to be like, hey, can I come on?
And it was so cool because, again, 3 months into it, like, we were just bullshitting that and, like, I don't know, very naive at the start. And yeah, Danny, you were the man. And then within the first minutes, again, go listen to episode number 25. The energy that man brings simply over a webcam. I can't wait to meet you in person, Danny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely is a moment that just sticks out to me. And again, I can't wait to have you on soon here, Danny, for one of our debut album series.
Yeah, he was just a guy that we talked with and just like instantly felt the synergy. Like, we were always like hitting each other back and forth on the DMs, like fairly consistently, whether we're just bullshitting, like talking about an album or something, or, strategizing about, whatever. Like, the communication lines have been open and Danny's been a homie.
Yep. So shout out to Danny. No.
All right. So for number 3, I am going to go with Juniper dropping news of an EP release live on their episode. Like, we are just, I mean, like, kind of like how we always do. Like, if it's an artist that's still active and in the scene, like, we just kind of always ask, like, hey, like, do you have any new music you're working on or anything like that? Just sort of as a opportunity for them to, promote whatever they might be working on. And like, Juniper had like a single that was coming out, and they like Scott, he just was like, yep, fuck it. He just like felt comfortable with us and was just like, all right, here we go. Like, yep, we're dropping an EP this summer. Like, stay tuned.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty cool moment, honestly. And it was raw in that video of him just being like, you know what? These guys are some great dudes. Let's just do it. So
yeah,
no, that's a good moment for sure.
They are like really good too. And I mean, by the time this is released, it will probably be out, but the teaser for their new single like sounds insane. Like, I don't know what's about to happen to that band, but good things are on the horizon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's another band we unfortunately I was out of town when they played in Akron, Ohio recently, and yeah, can't wait to see those boys live.
Yeah.
So I am gonna do something here, Clep. You brought up June to me, or Juniper, and I'm thinking June. So here's what I'm gonna do. June of 2023 just happened. Clep and I were able to meet former Stallions guest Tony Momorel of Incognito. We were able to meet Benny Rietveld, bassist of Santana, and Joe Lawler, live recording tech for Dave Matthews Band.
And Bluey.
And Bluey from Incognito as well. I guess I was just referencing the past Stallions that we've had on. But
yeah, that's true.
Incredible names of top tier bands that we interviewed virtually and just all happened to be in the Ohio area in a month span. And it was very recent. You had me thinking about it. So I guess I'm just going to loop all 3 of those in for my third top moment here on Vinyl Stallions, is just meeting those guys in person. And it's geeky. It really is, to just be able to say, like, Joe Lawler was able to hook us up with some, I don't know, VIP area to meet him sections. Like, that's so cool to be able to say. It was cool to meet Tony, who's from the UK for all we know, or
yeah,
all we know.
We do know
literally what we know. I don't know. It was just, and then Benny hooking us up with some Santana tickets. It's incredible, and shout out to all of them for being so open and wanted to be a part of this Vinyl Stallions community.
Yeah, and I'll just chime in too, because honestly, that is number 2 for me. So like, I'll just like add on to that. Like, all 3 of those guys like owe us nothing. You know what I mean? Like, their stature is bigger than, Vinyl Stallions right now. And those guys are down to earth, and they like take the time and make things happen, and they don't owe it to us, and they don't have to, but they did anyways. And that's how you know those are genuinely good people. And Joe Lawler, like, man, like, when we got back there to meet him, like, he like literally felt like someone we had known for like 10 years. Like, just talking about music, talking about bullshit, like, whatever.
No, it's amazing to be able to obviously put some, like, a big thing we want to be as a hub, a platform for people to promote, see new music, help each other out. But like, hell, they're doing a lot for us as well, just simply welcoming us into our arms. And honestly, it's very encouraging as well to hear back from huge artists. I'll throw in, this is gonna be a side quest one, but Derek McKenzie of Jamiroquai, their drummer, he sent an email to us after that was just unreal to be able to receive from someone of that caliber, about how he's enthralled by what we're doing here and just enjoyed our conversation. I don't know, that like that was just cool to throw in with those other 3 names too.
Yeah. And if there's any sort of Stallions pull we can use on Derek, it's, my God, get fucking Jamiroquai to the States so that we can drool at a show.
Big time. So my number 2 or number 4, however we're counting, is going to be a show, and it's going to be at the Soiree of the Stallions 2023 that took place in February at the Beachland Ballroom. And again, Klepp and I put this entire event on, hosted over 400 people, had 6 bands, rotating stages, food involved, and everything was going to a charity called the Greater Cleveland Hunger Network. And it was our first event we've ever put on. Stressful, no marketing all around. Like, we had no idea what to expect, and turned out to be an unbelievable hit. Everyone enjoyed themselves. Had a bunch of people walk in at the door. But the number one moment that really stood out to me was that 8 o'clock spot in the tavern with Ice Cream Militia and an entire room packed, just getting the fuck after it. And I honestly was like 2 songs late to the beginning of this one.
Yeah, we both were.
And yeah, like they shout out to them. They stayed on schedule, but we walked in and we're like, what is happening in this room?
Yeah. We missed, I think, the first 2 songs, because I remember talking with Tanner, and we had Ice Cream Militia on. They were actually the first interview guests that we had. I can't remember what episode number, and they might have been the first one that we did on video too.
First one we did on video was actually Korn in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but the Ice Cream Militia was number 13.
Okay.
And again, one that we haven't updated.
Well, we'll have to get on that. There must have been something with that image that I tweaked, because when I changed it to Stirps art, like anything that hadn't been manually adjusted, it just automatically changed to that. So we must have done something with that.
It's all right. We'll get it squared away. As you can see, Vinyl Stallions is continuing to grow live here on the 100th episode.
Yeah, that set was like so rowdy, and Jungle Boogie in particular, like, wow.
Absolutely. All right, Klepp, bring us home. What is a top memory of the first 100 episodes of Vinyl Stallions?
So mine is just the soiree of the Stallions as a whole. Like you said, it was like stressful. There's a lot of moving parts, but watching it come together and just like allowing those 6 bands to like connect and put on something special that ultimately raised $5,000 for charity. I mean, that is like super cool. Like, that is what it's all about. That is the goal of Vinyl Stallions. We are building a music community, and that was a way to like watch that music community come to life, both from the performance side, from the spectator side, and even like the venue side. So yeah, that particular set was probably the highlight of the night for me as well. But for me, my top memory is just like that night of a whole, how successful it was, because we were super worried about the door turnout too, because probably more than double of what was sold ahead of time is what actually showed up. So our door,
it was over 100.
Yeah, like our door was insane, and we didn't know that those people were going to come ahead of time, so we're like nervous. We wanted it to be worth the band's time. We had Mezcalado driving up from Columbus, Ice Cream Militia coming in from Toledo, and we didn't want them to come and then just be playing in front of like a quarter full room. Like, even the first act of the night, wigged out, like the tavern was probably like half to 3/4
50,
full.
60 people. And dude, it was on a Friday and started at 6 fucking like PM.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to those people that showed up. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna keep rambling about the soiree. So we already have another one in the works right now. It's targeting January, February-ish of 2024. So keep it on your radar. We'll be dropping that date, honestly, pretty soon here, and are just really hoping to continue to build that. It's going to be a cornerstone for this entire podcast. And yeah, we're excited to see where that thing can go.
Absolutely.
All
right.
yeah.
So Spruce, what's your top one?
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm gonna get a little sentimental on Vinyl Stallions.
I think I know where you're going. Can I guess?
I don't know. It's gonna be pretty ambiguous, but go ahead.
Well, wait, if I'm wrong, I don't want to put you in a bad spot. So actually, you know what? Just go ahead. I'll tell you if my guess was right.
All right. Well, I mean, I am honestly just gonna say in general, about Vinyl Stallions podcast to myself, and a moment is currently happening right now is just having an identity, honestly, and being tied to something that you're passionate about and something that you put effort in. And it's really cool to see people be receptive of it and honestly encourage you to do it and tell you, hey, when you get merch, I'm going to buy your merch, or this part of the conversation is cool. And honestly, we've been lazy as shit with being able to cut up our videos and show you some of the incredible conversations we have. I know the average listener nowadays likes 2-minute clips, and that's about it. And we know that, and we're honestly going to do a really good job here in the next 100 episodes to be able to lay it out in a nice format for us listeners in 2023. But I encourage everyone, man, those conversations that we've had, especially with people, have been an incredible learning experience, such deep dives into different parts of music. So I guess I'm going to get sentimental and just ignorant myself, and just saying, giving myself an identity has been a really cool moment of Vinyl Stallions for me. And I don't know, I wouldn't want it any other way, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, Klep. So shout out to you.
Yeah, no, that is a great point. And yeah, really every guest that we have on, like, that's something they mentioned to us at the end. They're like, we love what you're doing. Like, this is great for just like promoting artists, and like, yeah, like that's what we're doing. We're building a community, like a collective of just people that love music. And like Spruce said, like the clips, those are coming and those are great, but give episodes a full listen, because even if there's like parts that you're not like jiving with, promise by the end of it you will learn something new. And that's why we try to pick art like guests that are involved in different aspects of music, because you can see something about the industry or something that goes into it that you wouldn't necessarily think of, or maybe you even knew was going on but didn't know much about.
Absolutely. No, that's very well put. And again, this goal is, I mean, we're going to continue to do this. Hopefully we'll reach episode 1000 one day.
Yep.
And be able to look back on this and laugh and say, look at those naive kids having no idea where this thing's going to go, as we're sitting in about 100,000 vinyls just in Brown Stadium taking drone photos. Nah, but for real, man, the club, this has been dope. I'm glad we're doing this. We're going to continue to do it, continue to build. We have a lot coming in the next 100 episodes. So
yeah, as Juniper would say, keep your eyes open.
Aye, aye, Captain. And again, shout out one more time to Dr. Stirp for helping us with this incredible design. Shout out to Lindsay Bryant for helping us with our logos that you see up in our everything social media and stuff you'll be seeing here in merch coming soon.
All right. Well, unless you've got anything else, we're going to do it in reverse order. I'm Klep.
And I am indeed Spruce. And this has been another episode of
Vinyl Stallions.